in human productivity and also death in living species. Reports by food and agriculture-related diseases have been interfering with basic human development. However, we will all agree with me that the aquatic environment has been of tremendous use to both human and living species entirely. It has been a source of habitats for the sea turtles and also source of source of nutrient supplies for other species and likewise human too. So it is apparent that without a rigorous program of regulations and control of aquatic pollution and mismanagement of aquatic resources, all the criteria and standards of this aquatic environment continuously reduce. And therefore, ecologists have designed a new method that this will not happen, and thus the method dubbed biomarker. This biomarker is cost-effective, fast, and involves little or no technical know-how at all. Biomarkers generally are defined as prognostic tool for measuring increased level of pollution in aquatic environment, and also can be defined as a functional measure of exposure to chemical and physical pollutants at the suborganism level, physiological and behavioral level. Xenobiotics. Xenobiotics are chemical substances that are introduced into an aquatic environment are of course foreign to the biological system in this particular situation in aquatic environment. In other words, xenobiotics can also be referred to as pollution. Xenobiotics, as we know, is also referred to as pollution. Sources of pollution to the aquatic environment are of various means, and these are agricultural activities. Agriculture mainly is one of the foremost major user of freshwater bodies. So, coupled with their other activities such as mining, fertilization application to their farmland, also applying of insecticide, all these activities, one way or the other, also pollute the aquatic environment. Industrial activities. Since the 19th century, the industries have been coming up subsequently and more with every day in, day out. So the more the industry, definitely the more the waste products that will be produced from these industries. And two major products from these waste industries, that is the major waste products produced from this industry are either burnt or disposed to the aquatic environment, the major industries. Now, another is sewage discharge. Sewage discharge, especially from humans. You all agree with me that the population of human beings continuously increases day in, day out, and human beings are finding it more comfortable disposing their sewage materials into the aquatic environment. Mining activities. Mining activities such as the mining of coal, the mining of aluminum, and so many other metals. During the process of mining, one way or the other, the metals that are mined get into the aquatic environment. And we all know that these metals are heavy metals, and the effect on the fauna in this particular aquatic environment that they find themselves in will definitely be adverse. Now, thermal pollution. Thermal pollution is also another source of xenobiotics in the aquatic environment. This is a situation whereby industries introduce hot water or from hydroelectric beams or from dams. The hot water temperature that have been introduced into this aquatic environment will definitely increase the temperature, the original temperature in this aquatic environment. For animals that can stay in this environment that can withstand this high temperature will definitely affect their biological makeup. While for those that can't stand it will, of course, migrate to another place that are comfortable. While those that have managed to survive in this particular condition will of course affect their biological makeup, and if one way or the other they are being consumed in the trophic level, it is also dangerous for either of the animals in the trophic level that are also consumed this particular species. Natural disasters such as flood, volcanic eruptions, all these also introduce new materials, increase the turbidity of this of the aquatic environment and making the fauna in this particular environment not also making the environment not suitable for them too. This is a chart showing how this particular waste is being introduced into the aquatic environment. The other side there, you see fertilizer and agricultural chemicals. They are all leading to fertilizer and agricultural chemicals. When these have been applied to the soil, and eventually the soil gets the plants get to use some, and those that are now used by the plants are being washed away by the rain into the inland seawater. What are biomarkers? Biomarkers, as I said earlier, are prognostics too for measuring increase in level of pollution. Types of biomarker. Types of biomarker are of three types as far as aquatic environment is concerned. We have the morphological biomarker, the histopathological physiological biomarker, and the biochemical biomarker. The morphological biomarker. The morphological biomarker is the easiest and the simplest mean of a source of biomarker in an aquatic environment, in the sense that this, all you have to do about this organism is just to measure and observe the morphology of this species involved in this particular aquatic environment. So we have different forms of morphological deformities in fishes, to take fish as an example. So we have the split of fins, the scale disorientation, apaplegia of the surface of the mouth, muscle atrophy, opercular deformity, and gill deformities. So here is a plate showing deformity in this scale. You can see now that we cannot really say if this scale is stenoid or ganoid because the orientation there's been disorientation. This slide is showing lesion, necrosis, split, and lesion in this particular fish. You can see the tail here. That the tail is there's a space between this tail. So if this fish is inside the aquatic environment, it will of course hinder the swimming capacity and ability of this fish. It's either slowing it down or not being able to swim at all. And in case of danger, it might be easily prone to danger. And this is another skeletal deformity in fishes. You can see that the first one over there is the original, the standard or skeleton of this particular fish. While you can see from this side, and this side, you can see the situation of the skeleton is getting more serious as a result of the more polluted aquatic environment is. This is also a gill deformities. You can see that there is a problem with the gill. So when there is a problem with the gill as a result of a polluted environment, of course it will affect the biological and well-being of that particular fish. So histopathological biomarker. Histopathological biomarker is another method of biomarker. In this situation, the level of environment, the aquatic environment is assessed by using the alteration in the internal tissue of this particular fish. So deformities that can be found in histopathology aplasia of the epithelium of the cells, dilation of the marginal shells in the gills, cloudy swelling of the kidney, necrosis of the kidney, irregular shape nuclei of the liver, bile stagnation, and so on. So here is the plate showing aplasia of the epithelial cell in the gills. This is, you can see that there are spaces in that particular cells of the gills. So the spaces there is indicating that the cells in the gills will not be able to, those spaces, whenever it won't be able to receive enough oxygen. So thereby shortening the amount of oxygen that that particular fish is supposed to use. And here again is allotropy of skeletal muscles. So as you can see, ABC is also getting more worse, that is getting more deteriorated. And this is biochemical biomarker. It's also another part of biomarker. Toxic activity, they usually respond to the mechanism of toxic activity, not to the presence of specific xenobiotics. You can see these are the particular enzymes used in knowing the biochemical biomarker of any organisms. So aspirate, aminotransferate, alanine aminotransferate, and so on. So, in conclusion, the role of biomarker cannot be underestimated in environmental assessment as it measures the effect of organic pollutant on fish and aquatic environment and can also be used in predicting what will happen to an aquatic environment when this pollution gets into it. And of course, will agree with me that day in, day out, the population of human continue to increase. Definitely over 60% of what we consume is coming from this aquatic environment. And increase in population means increase in our waste product, which also goes to this particular environment. And this particular environment is not increasing. And so there's a problem. So there's a problem. The population is increasing, but the land is not increasing. So there's a problem, and there's need to look at it.